a painter and a former graphic designer and now a teacher as well. I have paintings in the National Archives in Ottawa. I have paintings in the collection of the Toronto Dominion Bank and lots of personal collections. I've shown with several different galleries, the latest one being the Catherine McNaughton Gallery for the last 20 years. So when I graduated in 1989 in an undergrad from Ontario College of Art, it was right after Black Monday. So we were in the heat of a terrible recession and there weren't a lot of jobs. So I recall looking for work and getting some interesting work actually, but nothing necessarily in my field. I was working in film, creating sets in film, which was a really common thing. There was a bunch of different things that artists could do when you graduated. You worked as a graphic designer, you worked as a teacher, or you worked in film. So I was working in film. And it was a time when it was a recession, hard to get jobs, so a lot of us were getting together in groups and starting collectives, artist collectives, and putting on shows together as a group in big old warehouse spaces that had been decommissioned years past. And then not too long after that, within about 10 years, there started to be a boom in small galleries in the city. Before there were the Yorkville galleries and not a lot else. And it was established artists that were all being shown in those galleries and nothing for the emerging artists. So there was a sudden shift in a couple of different galleries opening up that were showing emerging artists. And I came right into that scoop right at the right time. It was a tech boom, so there was lots of money in the city now at this point. This is the 90s. Or I guess it would have been the early 2000s, late 90s, early 2000s. People were buying houses, buying cheap houses, and they were buying art. So I started showing with Catherine McNaughton at that point, and she just opened up one of the first galleries along Queen West in Parkdale. And the one that I showed at was at 1080 Queen. And that was the start of, after having many shows within the collectives and within other different events that went on in the city, Roundup and a bunch of other ones that you don't even hear about anymore. That's when I started showing in galleries. And from there was a lot of press for artists at that time. Less so now. You don't see a lot of press for artwork that's going on in the city, especially not for emerging artists. So the Globe, the National Post, the Star would all review my work. People were buying the work. It was a real boom time. So lots of paintings were sold, lots of events were had. It was a really fun time. So the future of my art is related to curiosity. No matter what area I move into, it's all about curiosity. So if I'm forever finding the next step in producing work, work comes from the work, as all writers and creative people will say. The more you work, the more ideas come to you. So I have no idea about the specifics of the future of my work, except that I hope that it involves a lot of travel. My ideas around that are that I am en route working on projects that involve exploring different areas of the country, North America and beyond, and taking back knowledge and bringing that into my practice.